It's giving Crash Out, guys. But you know, from a legal perspective, it's an interesting move on Drake's part. Notably, he's not suing Kendrick Lamar, right? He's suing Universal, which reps both of these artists.
So why would he do that?
Yeah, so it's interesting. It seems like a failed attempt, sort of not to look petty, not to look like he's suing the artist that just, you know, annihilated him in this rap battle. Let's just call it for what it is. That song is a banger, right? But so, you know, the idea is that Universal.
Carolyn, I didn't know you were a rap head.
I am.
Oh my God,
I'm a Lamar
I love
stan. I'm a Kendrick Lamar stan. But look, legally speaking, you know, the idea is that Universal has been representing Drake for many, many years, that they know these allegations are false. They wouldn't be repping him otherwise. And the fact that they push this distribution so much, the song has been streamed on Spotify over 1 billion times. They've really been backing Kendrick Lamar on this one. Look, it's unique in this industry. I think it's sort of poetic justice, the song Not Like Us. I mean, a lot of people in the community are saying, you know, this is not how you deal with hip hop rap battle beef. You go in the studio, you lay down some tracks. This is not what Drake is doing. On legal grounds, I think he's on pretty shaky legal grounds. There's this concept of sort of informed consent. It's you know, when you get into rap battles, you would expect that there's going to be some you know, back and forth. And there is also First Amendment free speech rights implicated here.
Listen, I don't know what is going on, but did you see this story that Drake is suing Universal Music Group because he is alleging that Universal Music Group boosted the popularity of Kendrick Lamar's diss track, Not Like Us, through streaming bots and payola. And he says, so he's suing his own like music group, saying that they went against him and that Not Like Us, the Kendrick Lamar diss track, is not nearly as popular as the streaming sales say they are. But I'm sorry, like even my dad knows Not Like Us. Like I played Not Like Us this week. That's like Drake, when did he become such a pussy?
That's honestly really embarrassing for him. Like, that's really embarrassing.
Why would you ever do that? Like, you should just go back to Degrassi. Like, what happened? Like, it's ridiculous.
It's also like Drake, like he did lose that battle for sure. Like he objectively lost that battle.
Yes.
Not Like Us was objectively a very, very, very successful song. Like, it doesn't matter what fucking like bots or whatever. Like, it was successful. Like, get over it. Move on.
Even if it wasn't about Drake, it's still like a fun song to listen to.
Yeah, and people are going to end up, I mean, his past few albums haven't been great, but like, either way, people are going to be streaming Drake's next album no matter what. Like, let's get back to the studio, crybaby. He's just like a crybaby pussy, I feel like.
He's a cry. And
that's exactly what Kendrick Lamar was saying. Kendrick Lamar is like, you are literally a pussy bitch.
He's proving like he played right into Kendrick's hand.
Yeah.
And Drake just couldn't lay low and work on music. Drake is always like with streamers now. He's always like hanging with streamers and like all of this weird shit. And the guy is so rich. And like, I really do think he hurt his overall legacy this year.
Like, if you leave it up to me, Drake would disappear for a little bit and just chill out. You know what I mean? Like, but that's me. Like, I can't tell the artist what to do. In reality, I think at some point, you know, the duck lips and the random mirror selfies has to stop, and Drake has to try to answer to this himself, right? This is one of the reasons I don't talk to him about the lawsuit. I've never asked him about the lawsuit. I asked him if it was real once, and the lack of answer meant yeah. Other than that, I don't want to know his intentions, right? Because I don't want to be the person regurgitating what he's telling me. He should tell the world. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this don't look good. This lawsuit, I can't see it, bro. I just can't see it. I can't see Drake winning it. I can't see it helping him PR-wise. Like, I'm just confused. And this is why I don't want to speak remotely for Drake with this. Drake got to come and help us understand what the fuck this is about, bro. This just doesn't make any damn sense. You get what I'm saying? Yo, you trying to cite reasons for the lawsuit by saying they called you a colonizer is like, come on. Bro, I really just don't know, bro. Oh, they're calling me a Jew.
I just want to go on the record to say I didn't lose You guys cheated, right? That is roughly what Drake just alleged in a new court filing accusing Universal Music Group and Spotify of scheming to artificially inflate streams of Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. And so far, what we're seeing is that UMG is denying the claims here, saying the suggestion that UMG would do anything to undermine any of its artists is offensive and untrue. We employ the highest ethical practices in our marketing and promotional campaigns. No amount of contrived and absurd legal arguments in this pre-action submission can mask the fact that fans choose the music they want to hear. Or in other words, saying, it's not our fault that the general public really liked a song that just read you to filth and attacked absolutely every element of your beat. But anyways, I just want to say really quick, shout out to Drake. I forgot that Not Like Us was such a fucking banger. I'm just gonna have that on loop for my run this afternoon.
I can't stop reading Drake's filing. Drake's court filing. Suing UMG. I mean, Drake suing UMG, Spotify, I think iHeartRadio, yeah. Like, he's suing everybody but Kendrick. Like, alright. In case you don't know, because I don't expect everybody to just know everything I'm talking about all the time. In case you don't know, Kendrick Lamar is a rapper. He's a phenomenal rapper. Some are saying the best to ever do it, right? There are a lot of people that, except Drake, yeah. Kendrick Lamar is absolutely killing it right now, and he was in a beef with Drake. Now, if you don't know, Drake was a rapper. He was a rapper until Kendrick Lamar rapped while he was rapping, that they did it at each other, and it did not go well for Drake. And so now, at the top of UMG, you have someone pushing Drake nonstop. And if you heard Scorpion, I don't know how you missed it, but it was the most pushed album maybe of all time. Basically, if you got on Spotify, there were people that sued Spotify because they were like, everywhere I go is Drake. I can't click away from Drake. He's coming up on playlists that have nothing to do with him just to push Drake. You will literally type in, look, I'm looking for like a little gym bop to get like some exercise too, but I really want it to be mellow, like a little Regina Spektor or something like that, but a little bit more tempo than like a Regina Spektor. And then Spotify would be like, do you mean Drake and braids? Like, you'd be like, I want some hard rock, like something classic, something that is maybe like hair metal, like some of that glam punk to it and everything. And then Spotify would be like, do you mean Drake making a mean face? And he files these lawsuits, and the internet comes for him. They come for him in a way that I thought the beef was bad, but the way that the internet came for this man when he sued, they were calling him Aubrey Graham Cracker. Then he sues for defamation, right? And the defamation is still, once again, this is a petition. This isn't like a full-on lawsuit for damages, but it's basically saying that UMG shouldn't have let Kendrick release Not Like Us because of what it said in there about Drake and them knowing that it was false, right? And this is my thing about that. It's weird that he that he sued for Not Like Us but not Meet the Grams, which was so much worse. If you don't know, there's a song called Meet the Grams where like Kendrick talked to his whole family, talked to his son. It was everyone. That's defamation. I felt like he was defamed, as in less famous right then. Like this. And it's a tough thing because to call UMG out for Kendrick without acknowledging that it like you know because you were yeah, like that's a tough one. That's yeah, that would be like somebody at Goldman Sachs being like, they stealing all your money. I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, I believe you, but weren't you an executive? To do that. Now, I don't believe personally the botting thing, because people genuinely were dancing to Not Like Us. People were genuinely losing their minds to Not Like Us. Like, I guess I believe the bot angle that Drake has if he thinks all black people were bots. Like, that's... And I read And I talked to people as much as I could when the beef was going down. And I talked to Kendrick stans, I talked to Drake stans, I talked to people who did not listen to hip hop at all, who really didn't have a stake in the race at all. And there were people that were saying like, oh man, the only reason Kendrick stopped dropping diss tracks is because he was scared Drake was gonna hurt himself. Then I talked to people that were like, no, Drake dropped last, so the ball is in Kendrick's court, right? I heard delusional takes, I heard erratic takes, I heard takes that were just sort of blah, whatever, it's two grown men rhyming at each other, I don't care. Like, I heard it all. What I did not hear from Drake stans or hip hop fans at all, the entire beef was, he should sue. That smells like a lawsuit. And that's what happened to Drake. Drake didn't believe Kendrick could beat him. He was like, no, too many people on my side. I'm too popular. I'm too big. I'm genuinely too big to fail. He thought, even though he was going into contract renegotiations with UMG, let me go ahead and have the sparring session with Kendrick. Number one, number two, going at it. It's going to get a ton of buzz. And then after I beat this dude, I'll be able to come to the table and be like, pay me my $800 million. Because I just took out supposedly the best rapper, right? And then it didn't happen that way. And so now he's saying you must have cheated. There's no way, you know? And this is a genuine mistake. Because now, if this actually follows all the way through and goes from a petition into a lawsuit, Not Like Us is going to go into public court records. A stenographer is going to have to type out the lyrics to Not Like Us. I don't think he thought it through.
Police! Police! Help! Police! Help! Police! Help! Help! Police! Help!
On another note, I do want to ask you about, we saw that Drake dropped the lawsuit. And when we saw that, I was like, okay, boom, he dropped the lawsuit. This is it. And of course, I saw that on TMZ. Then it couldn't have been, they say 12 hours later, it was like Drake is suing. So what lawsuit did he drop and what lawsuit did he pick up?
This is so weak to me on Drake's part. I am shocked he's doing this. So he's suing Universal, his label, and Kendrick's label, right? He is not, and he's suing for defamation because that in Not Like Us, Kendrick uses the word pedophile, and Drake's understandably angry about that. But he is suing Universal for defamation because words like that are used in the song. But he's not suing Kendrick.
Right.
Kendrick is the one who wrote the song. Kendrick is the one who performed the song. Kendrick is the one who performs it live. Kendrick is the one who's probably going to sing it at the Super Bowl. So then the question, why would he sue Universal for publishing it, but not sue the guy who's behind it? And the only answer I could get is, well, defamation is defamation, but business is business, and I'm going to get dragged, so I'm just not going to do that. And I just think that's really weak.
Yeah, I didn't quite, even when we were on air speaking about, I didn't quite understand it. And I would think with a broad stroke, you would bring Kendrick, you would bring Mustard and those kind of things, but is it a bigger picture when you say I'm going against Universal Music Group?
I mean, I think the picture is he's afraid to sue Kendrick because that's the easiest one and that's the first one. And yet he didn't sue him. And I think it's because he's look, there was this war. Kendrick won it. But I think Drake is showing fear by not suing Kendrick along with Universal. And then the other thing about Universal is he's saying, look, he believes that Universal put this out intentionally to devalue Drake so that in the next contract negotiation, which is coming up soon, they could pay him less. That is crazy to me, that the idea that his own label would try and torpedo him so that because if they ruin his career intentionally, they're going to make less money by definition, whatever they pay him. If Drake's up here, Universal's up here. If Drake's down here, that's where Universal is too. Right. So why would they intentionally destroy him? For what? I mean, how is Universal going to benefit from that? It doesn't make sense to me.
Chow, I'm just so disappointed in Drake. I'm going to be all the way honest with you. I don't care if Drake has a point, has a right, has a clue, has anything. Like, I'm disappointed in Drake, and I'm just feel like Drake is going out sad. It's no shade. So Drake right now is feeling some type of way. Drake, I'm like really disgusted because I just feel like the level of assness that he is, you know, pursuing and showing is disgusting. It's like, girl, you lost the battle, and now you know you will look crazy for trying to sue Kendrick. So now you're going to try to do a roundabout and try to find little loopholes and say that your label pretty much manufactured the Not Like Us being a hit because they wanted to get back at you because you guys have some business dealings that has to be done. He's trying to find a paper trail where his label apparently paid to have a bunch of bots and fake streams to make Kendrick Lamar's record appear bigger than what it is. And so then after he does that, he can then go and file a lawsuit like a bitch. Like, but you know you can't go against Kendrick Lamar and do that because you will look crazy. But my thing is this, you did all of that, but you were in the battle. Like, I feel like you did that because you lost the battle. He bruised your ego. And if it was nothing, and Drake keeps talking about how Kendrick Lamar had no truth to anything that he was saying. So why are you so pressed? Like, and now he added a second filing pretty much saying that UMG should have never put out or distributed the single because it accused him of being a pedo, and they should have halted that release. It's like, this is rap. It's a rap battle. Like, people say stuff all the time. It's rap. Like, girl, get over it. Like, the fact that Drake is sitting here crying like a hoe is sending me, because I really like Drake and I'm a big Drake fan. But this is really turning me off because it's like, if you would have demolished Kendrick, if you would have won, everything would have been cool. But because Kendrick Lamar, because you try to make it seem like, oh, he only rapped for the slaves, then he came back and did a You on You, got the people performing now at Super Bowl on your level now, mega star. You didn't just get to beat him up like you did Meek Mill. Y'all both hit makers now. Your ego is bruised. You lost. And you cannot get over it because you took a major L. But you know what this just shows me? Like, I like Drake as musically, but I just don't think I like him as a person, because now, well, let me not say I don't like him as a person, but this will make me not like, I don't like these kind of characteristics because it make me feel like you use your power behind the scenes to stop people's bags. Or like, if you can't beat them on the front end, you would do host, like, not let certain artists see the light of day. And a lot of people would give Drake that power. If Drake don't like him, they won't have a career. Drake said no. But UMG, they still did their job and promoted the song and got the song to the platforms that they wanted. And so you couldn't pull that with UMG and say, hey, let's blackball Kendrick Lamar. No, they have a publishing deal with him. They're not going to blackball him. And we, the people, choose the music that we wanted to listen to. And that was what UMG, they made a statement. They're like, we would never do that. We're a very ethical company. And at the end of the day, The people chose the music that they wanted to listen to. So good luck, Drake, in your filings. But there's nothing to see here. For Drake's sake, I hope that there's something there. If not, you're just gonna look like a hoe. It's like, if you would have perceivably won that battle, I don't feel like Drake would have been complaining at all, no matter what was said. But because he took that L and he's been disheveled, and Kendrick is steadily on the rise, and that song did crazy numbers, and Kendrick's album is about to go crazy, and Kendrick keeps rubbing it in his face, and like so many people rock with Not Like Us and Kendrick Lamar. Drake, you're pissed. Drake is literally cut off and unfollowed so many people. I just feel like he acts like a bitch. Like, oh my God, I never thought I would feel like I don't like Drake. But it's like, that's some hoe shit. I don't like people like that. It's like, you can pick, you can battle, you can talk, you can do all of that, but then when you meet your match, then you want to cry in the car. I do not like that type of personality. It's the cockiness and the arrogance for me. It's just, Kendrick just could not have been that good. He could not have won it. We could not have wanted that song. It had to be bots. It had to be some type of scheme that Todd set up. I'll be honest with you. I was sitting right here when Not Like Us dropped. And me and my boy was listening. And as soon as that thing dropped, I jumped up and I was like, yo, this is out of here. And I think a lot of America did that same thing. That was a hit from the moment it dropped. And Drake, if you felt so bad about it, you should have went and did filings right away. You responded. It didn't hit. He beat you. And now you're trying to go legal. Because you can't just believe, because your ego tells you there's no way that song was that big. Somebody had to be conspiring against you. For his sake, I hope that it's true. But at the end of the day, what a crybaby. What a crybaby. What a crybaby. What a crybaby.
Speaking of famous people, have you seen the news with Drake?
No.
He is he's a petty soy bitch.
Yeah.
He's a little soy bitch.
BITCH.
Okay, so here's the news. Drake has initiated legal action against Universal Music Group and Spotify on the grounds that he is not less popular than Kendrick Lamar.
Oh.
And so surely there was a scheme. There was a scheme of the highest level to elevate Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us.
Was the scheme people just enjoyed listening to
no,
it?
it's not possible.
No.
According to Drake.
God forbid.
So here's the thing. He already lost in the court of public opinion, and now he's like, I'm going to go lose in an actual court.
But Chad, that was a thing, though. I was on some shit like, why did he have the nerve to put us in it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, so we talking about the lawsuit, the lawsuit?
Man, bro, because I got to, but that's the first thing I woke up to this morning. I'm like, bro, what the is going on, bro? Especially like when we get mentioned, bro. Like, it's like, I ain't never met Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? So now I gotta treat you accordingly. You feel me? Real.
You feel some type of way,
bro? If a nigga, bro, that's like somebody, bro. Honestly, bro. See, I don't know the whole spiel yet, but that's like some Karen.
And that's what I will say. Okay, so boom.
Because I don't know.
I don't think nobody knows the full inner dealings of whatever it is Drake and UMG got going on in terms of the negotiation. It's either two things, right? Either this is just some type of strategical play from Drake's team in the grand scheme of whatever it is they trying to, finesse.
Yeah.
Within like the negotiations.
Yeah.
Or Drake just a sore loser.
So I'm like, did the song hurt him that bad, Zeke? Like, goddamn.
They trying to say it hurt him economically. Y'all intentionally played the favor to his side to hurt my stock, so y'all won't have to pay me what I wanted to be paid in the negotiation.
See, I didn't know that.
That's one way we could look at it. I don't know what I'm saying. That's one way we could look at it.
That's a theory.
It say Drake alleges in the lawsuit that UMG permitted content creators such as Kai Cenat, Zias, Shag, RDC Gaming, and Cartier Family to monetize reactions to Not Like Us without enforcing copyright claims. He claims This lack of enforcement enabled the spread of the
Defamarity.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, that's
Content while generating profits for both UMG and the creators, prioritizing revenue over Drake's safety.
Huh?
I'm not gonna lie, from a surface level when I read this, Drake, you sound crazy.
Bro, because I'm like, we just having fun. We just
What are you talking
know
about?
what I'm saying?
That shit sounds silly as hell. I'm not gonna lie, like, this is not hip hop. Like that, like when I
Bro,
look at
I've
it,
never seen this in my life.
I'm not gonna lie to you, and it was like, hold on, let me read this again. They trying to play the narrative that like UMG purposely did it so you can react in the favor of Kendrick, which is not the case. That song was a banger.
Freaky ass,
I think that song was gonna go regardless.
It did go regardless.
You got to think about it from an aspect of, bro, Kendrick, a top tier artist,
Facts.
made a banger,
Facts.
dissing the biggest rapper in the world.
Facts.
What the f do you think
what do
was
you
gonna
expect
happen,
was
nigga?
gonna
That shit
happen?
was gonna go regardless of whatever the f UMG ain't had to do.
Facts.
Either Drake can't get over the fact that people not like us that much.
Yeah, I think it really hurt, but now it will hurt my heart too, though. I ain't gonna lie.
But it was a banger.
No, it was. It was.
And I think what it comes down to, bro, Drake probably didn't feel like Kendrick was capable of
doing that to
him. And I could tell from like how he was rapping. And it was crazy. It's like, okay, we talking defamation. Why are we acting like Drake didn't defame Kendrick first with the white beater allegation?
He did. On me, he did, bro. What he was gonna say?
Another thing to take into consideration is that, bro, we didn't react no different to Kendrick than we did to Drake.
Exactly.
When Drake was saying some shit, nigga, we was just as hyped. Nigga,
I got beat up on this motherfucker. Shit, nigga, I done fell out my chair and everything.
Hey, you know what's crazy, bro? UMG didn't copyright claim push-ups. UMG didn't copyright claim the Hard Part 6. Them shits is monetized.
So it's the same thing.
It's kind of contradictory is what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. On me. See, I ain't even know about all that. You know what I'm saying? On me. But like,
so the whole notion that like, oh, UMG lifted the copyright claims on not like us, so could, you know, react to it in a positive manner.
Yeah.
Nah, I think reacted to it in a positive manner because that was a banger.
And I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I still f***ed with Drake with Drake before this though, bro. And like I said, I ain't gonna just what is it called? Like pre whatever the word is, I ain't gonna it, but you know what I'm saying? I gotta see more in the details, but I promise, bro, that should make you stop fucking with a nigga all the way. You know what I'm saying? My personal opinion, bro. You know what I'm saying? You name dropping and doing all this extra shit for what? You know what I'm saying? For real, bro. Like, it'd be like, for what, bro? Ain't did nothing to you.
But again,
don't even know.
and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
because the lawsuit is against UMG. If he was suing Kendrick, I'd have lied. Drake, you soft, nigga.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. That's what we doing, bro.
Yeah. But it's just still something that I've never seen, though. Has this ever happened before?
I would have never imagined a lyrical back and forth
turning into
from
some lawsuits.
Two greats,
yeah,
ending up in a lawsuit.
Because usually, lawsuit. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not saying this to be like a type of way, but you know, usually the turn into gunshots and switches. You know what I'm saying? But and I'm glad it didn't. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it didn't turn into that, which I'm glad. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad it didn't. But it shouldn't have turned into this either. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying. It shouldn't have turned into this either. I don't like I said, I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it personally.
Okay, you don't like your name being mentioned, or you don't like him suing, period?
I guess you got to get the bag, but it's like, you got Air Drake, nigga, you better rent that out. You know what I'm saying? Shit, or something. Because I know he got hella bills. I ain't gonna lie, he probably got hella bills. You know what I'm saying? But he better rent that plane out, nigga. It just, bro, it's
like I said, it's either two things.
A bad way to go
either two
out,
things.
Bro.
Either he's trying to get his bag from UMG.
Yeah.
And this is just like a strategical move in the grand scheme of things. Or he just a sore ass loser and can't get over the, like, he's just his ego is so hurt. His ego is so hurt he can't get over the fact that, like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That niggas really with not like us as much as they did.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not buying the whole. I'm not buying the.
Nah, that shit hit, bro.
That shit hit, bro.
That shit hit. I ain't
like,
gonna lie.
bro, y'all.
Because as soon as you see what heard the beat,
bro,
nigga,
that was natural. That was organic,
my
nigga.
mama, bro. Bro, that beat all over the world.
Some of y'all Drake fans gotta be realistic, bro.
Yeah.
That song, even Drake said it was a banger. He said, nigga, if it wasn't for the pedophile shit, I would actually fuck with that. Remember, Drake said that in the song.
Yeah. But it's like,
so it's crazy to like when I be seeing like what they saying in the lawsuit. It's like, what do you mean? Like, UMG did all these things to make the song bigger than what it was. I don't think UMG had to.
Yeah, because it was gonna go regardless.
Maybe they did, but it don't make logical sense to me.
Yeah.
There's a certain code, right, that you follow depending on what you do. You know what I'm saying? You're a content creator. There's certain codes that we will not cross this line. When you from the streets, there's certain codes and oaths that you don't cross. When you are in hip hop and you are a megastar and you engage in a hip hop beef, whatever happens, happens. And you live with the consequences.
Bro, he asked for it.
He said drop. And now you dropping a lawsuit. What part of the game is that,
He
bro?
said we waiting on you. He said we waiting on you.
He said we fed you the information. All this shit is just not. It's not
Bro,
letting go, bro.
Look, I said in our group chat, he's pulling the Jewish card. Because he's literally pulling, because bro, nobody from hip hop culture will ever think of even hitting up the lawyer. The lawyer.
Over some bars. Bro. Over bars. I'm not talking about I hit the lawyer because you didn't pay me what you owe me. I'm suing you because you said you called me a pedophile on record. And now the world is singing it, and now I need to stop that. Like, bro, there's never. Because imagine now we have to start sending in our lyrics to lawyers,
bruh,
to read before we rap them.
This is one of the weakest moves ever in hip hop history.
No, it's the weakest, Ken. Don't say
I don't
one
know,
of.
man.
It's the weakest. What else is weaker than this?
It was on a wave, right? It was like everybody's anticipating.
Yes.
Oh, Kendrick dropped again. I was at a photo shoot when it happened. I was literally in the middle of a photo shoot. We was taking photos at a hotel. And I think I brought this up on one of those live streams or whatever. But some guy that worked there, like a concierge or whatever, he had it in his headphones. He's like, yo, Kendrick just dropped a new track. We in the middle of a fucking photo shoot. Well, I don't know this guy. He don't know us. He just says it in the middle of our photo shoot. Yeah. He just dropped another track and it was not like us. Bro, that's not you like a company puts your business. That's people that's anticipating what's going on right now. He wasn't paid to run in there.
Right. Yeah. Think about this, right? Like the world was paying attention to this. Because Drake is a name. He's a megastar. You know, Kendrick in his own right. So when they're clashing like this, a clash of titans, you had every single publication known to man covering this.
Play by play by play.
Exactly.
Yes.
They were documenting it step by step by step.
This shit was on the news.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. CNN, all these people were covering it because of how big these icons are.
A label wish they can do something like what
exactly.
They wish they could do this.
Exactly. So when you said it, you just said it best. They're waiting on the next thing.
Right. Yeah.
And then when he dropped and it turns out to be a banger and good, it's gonna take off because everybody's attention is right there.
And that's the thing, Drake has always kind of postured himself as I'm the biggest artist. I kind of make my own rules. Now you're having to play by the game.
the real rules of the label system. That's the thing. It's like, bro, it's crazy that there's only so many major labels. So all the artists are kind of signed to the same team. So if you beefing with you and me, we beefing, but we both on the UMG, bro. That's.
And they all ate. They
Yeah,
all
they
ate
all
money
ate,
off.
bro.
Yeah, so they fine.
Yeah.
Watching these two duke it out.
Tear each other apart. Call him pedophile
cool.
again.
What's
Hit
the
him
guy?
again.
Lucian.
Hit him again.
Lucian
You know, yeah, Lucian was like, cool, that's good. I'm cool with this. It's fine with me.
He was just watching the numbers run up. Oh my God, these astronomical numbers.
We haven't seen these numbers since 10 years
If
ago.
you knew
Since
that
the
you were
80s.
if you knew that you were about to enter into negotiations for a new deal, why would you even start this? Because you probably thought you were going to win. And it would drive up
the number
even more.
Oh yeah, you could have got a Billy
If
you
you would have
would've beat
won.
him.
Yeah,
If
but
you
now
would've
that
beat
you
him.
lost, like this, you know, or maybe you didn't even think that far. But he has a huge ego, and I don't blame him. It makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, but that's why he can't fathom the fact that he lost, because he hasn't ever lost before.
Oh, he's lost before. He
But
ain't
not
never
like-
lost like this.
Yeah. Right.
This is
But-
a new level of
but
losing.
And now Drake has gotten involved. I just can't imagine. Like when I saw this headline, I said, "Oh, brokey." Like I cannot imagine like a bigger or more like self-administered L than suing someone over. You know what they say? You can't go around. You have to go through. Drake said, "How about I sue?"
New route.
No, I said, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
what?" And it's just another part about this is like, what says more that you're not like us, not like anyone in this hip hop community, black community, whatever, than suing, taking someone to court.
That,
Sorry,
yeah.
God. And then he also, another one of these claims was that UMG had fired all like Drake loyalists on the team because they were so against him. Like just stuff that I'm like, oh my God. this
Never
is, like,
beating the biracial
bullying.
allegations.
I love it. And then he filed another like more court papers in I think Texas where he claimed that like more like kind of paying off radio stations to play these songs. But it's like, did you go anywhere this summer without hearing Not Like Us?
No.
Nowhere.
It's playing right now somewhere. in
Yeah.
Times Square.
Like we're not talking about like a Camila Cabello song where I'm like, ooh, how did that chart? No, these songs that we know are everywhere. It makes Drake look so bad.
Okay, wait, what do we think is gonna come from this though? Do we think it's just I guess I get confused with like filing versus like is he gonna take him to court?
This is like it's so not, I mean, basically Drake is accusing UMG of just like servicing their client.
Yeah,
And also Drake probably knows about this stuff because he's benefited from those practices too. Tusi slide, anyone. Anyway, don't get me started.
But like my take is that I don't look at Drake in a dumb way or in a weird, I don't look at Drake suing him in a weird way if he's found guilty. But if not, then I feel like it'll make Drake look bad.
What do you think about, okay, so see, that's what I was trying to tell you earlier. Because
For me, if he was suing Kendrick, I would be like, that's whack.
If
And when
you-
I first saw the lawsuit, I'm like, what? Then I'm like, oh, he going back at Lucian now. That's where it's weird. I didn't even get enough time to think about it. I just think if you don't win this case, it looks bad for you.
It will look bad because you got to be able
regardless of what, of whatever, it's going to look like, damn, after the beef, you took up a case, you had to start an actual legal action, and if you don't win, you're going to look bad. You look worse than everybody else who took a loss in hip hop.
You going up against the UMG and Spotify lawyers. You know they're gonna have some big wigs.
I think
I
think since Not Like Us is the song in question, people are missing the real battle. Like the beef is over. This is about Drake versus these corporations now. Nah, for sure. I think this is a crazy thing to do. I'll tell you that much. This is crazy. He's going against almost like the whole music industry.
I can't wait to get online and see what everybody's saying about it because I know it's just more legs to it.
I just think it's lame. I don't think he should sue anybody. I think even if they did have bots, I don't know what's to gain from suing the music industry. It seems like you're gonna sue them for putting out.
Wouldn't you want that to not happen to you just said you would want that to not happen to the next person.
But that's what I'm saying.
You wouldn't want that to happen to.
I wouldn't want that to happen, but if it's not happening and you just on some suing shit, then it's lame.
For me,
because let's keep it a stack. It could be that.
It could be that. I just look at it. I just think.
I don't see this not being in Drake's wheelhouse to go and take legal action.
type shit. You know what I mean? It's not gonna look good. And I feel like you giving Kendrick even more ammo.
With Kendrick Lamar, the song Not Like Us centered around the idea that Drake is a pedophile and he has had sex with underage girls. The album art for it was a Google Maps image of Drake's real house with the sexual predator little pins in it that you see on a map when you look up where the sexual predators are in your neighborhood. And the big line that became burned in music lovers' brains is you're trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. And he hung on that, and it's A minor. It was a very yeah.
That's clever. Yeah, but I don't think
it was a very good thing. But Drake was upset because he felt it crossed the line.
Yeah, so I'm also not a rap fan at all, but this was such a big deal, and like it was a big deal because he was basically accusing Drake of being Diddy. And so I even looked up the song because I wanted to see the words. I didn't want to listen to it, but I wanted to like read the words, and I knew I could do that on Spotify. So then to hear this, because the only reason I know about this is Justin, but the fact that Drake is suing and being like, yeah, there's no way that this song is as popular as it is just like by going viral. I'm like, I looked it up.
Yeah.
Like, I looked it up. I don't know who you are, and I looked it up. So it's kind of a loser move to be like, it's gotta be the bots. It's like, doesn't.
Or it was really fascinating. It was really interesting. There's a reason why it captured people's attention. There's a lot of layers to this that kind of go beneath the surface, up to and including that Drake has been thought to be the beneficiary of cozy relationships with the labels and the streaming services. And when Drake has a new album, it happens to find its way into a bunch of playlists and it gets recommended a lot within the algorithm. So it might boost the streams artificially. And so part of this is also Drake being like, wait, you don't get to do that. Why do you get to do the thing where I control all the levers of pop culture? Like, why did it turn against me? Why was it about calling me a pedophile? This is terrible. It sounds like sour grapes, and it also sounds like something that if you're gonna go 4D chess with it, Kendrick Lamar just released a new album on Friday. His first since Not Like Us came out. And so this may well be Drake just trying to push Kendrick's album out of the topic of conversation by doing something that has more news value. The only problem is that it's a pretty ridiculous thing to do. if you're like, oh no, I'm gonna be a gigantic baby and drag this into court. That's not exactly, I think, something that makes you look good.
AD doing his part in the first half. 2-point game. Buster! I don't know if y'all should be playing that Kendrick. Y'all want to get a lawsuit up here. Sons by. Lawsuits don't scare us around here. Come on. You don't want to.
The way he's moved prior to the beef, the way Drake has moved probably the last 5 years, I think has, to me, and like I said before, the first thing that was for me was wild was that Millie Bobby Brown. I said, that is not right. Because I was watching that, because, I'm Stranger Things. So the algorithm served that to me. And that baby was 14 and was like, yeah, me and Drake text all the time. He texted me, I miss you. I said, I'm sorry.
Why are you? You're not.
What?
Who are you? You're not her dad.
I know.
You're not her brother.
You know Marseille Martin.
Kayla. Yes.
Yeah, you know her by her birth name. I know her parents. If that baby was a baby, I would never text that baby.
No.
Nothing.
No.
And I never would say I miss you.
No.
I said, that's what you did?
What did you say now? Why?
Why would you ever say that to a child? I would have been Stanley, Josh. That is a child. You running up and don't look over there. Jesus can't save you. You run up and say about a child. You got a problem.
Child.
Have you lost your mind?
Have you lost your mind? I'll help you find it. Are you dumb? Why are you talking to my child like that? Period.
Yeah.
Period at all.
Yeah. This is the other thing that it just seems a little preposterous, because he was like, they were inflating the Not Like Us for it to become a bigger record. No, we like that record,
brother.
That it's
you ain't like that record.
I like that record. That song was infectious the moment it dropped.
But here's my thing, Angel. I believe they could have inflated it. They probably did, but they didn't inflate it to the point where everybody wasn't playing it.
That's what I'm saying.
And
I'm
of all people to talk inflatables, I know you ain't talking. When your Spotify, it will not let you not listen to Drake. I know.
Neither will Apple
you
Music.
Ain't talking.
Neither will Apple Music. I'm like,
oh, they gonna listen to that Drake. You said I want to listen to Andre Crouch. Drake first.
Listen, and it doesn't matter how many times I skip over it. Apple Music's like, we will not learn your preferences. We will not. You want this. You gonna want this? And I'm like, but I don't.
Yeah.
There's like 2-3 Drake songs that I'm like, okay, now play that through. But they're like, no, you want to hear all of them, even the ones you've never heard before. You want it.
Nigga, you lying. Drake's legal team asserts that UMG could have prevented the release. Prevented? You want to stop somebody from talking crazy about you that you talking crazy about. What are we talking? This is hip hop. It's rap. How do you profit? How do you profit off of a culture you don't accept? Nigga, these are the rules. You want to talk crazy and then get talked crazy about, and you on your second lawsuit in 24
Second, that's what I'm saying. Opposite. If it was vice versa,
this shit's stupid.
Would you be like, you know what? And this is wrong of me to win.
Right, and it wanted you to
Drake,
win.
If you was Kendrick,
you'd be like, I know a lot of people are upset.
Would you come out and say that is wrong?
I know a lot of people are
that
upset.
my people did that to propel me,
and
to
I
be
didn't
ill.
deserve it.
Would you come out and do that?
Could have prevented the release of the track or required edits to make it whack, to make the song suck. They could have edited to make the song suck so that it didn't have impact. My bad, I'm not reading it. They could have edited to remove what they describe as harmful or defamatory defamation of character.
Drake, do you want the diss track to...
Instead...
Do you want to take away the diss track?
You don't want the diss track to say...
Drake, I saw you at a battle rap.
You said
I saw you at a battle rap event. Saw you on Smack.
You was buying drinks. You said the bar was open all night. You want to see another person.
You love battle rap, Drake.
Man, you tripping.
If this is rap battling,
you tripping.
If y'all was battling,
and it's like
you can't.
I know
mad
you.
At anything.
I don't know. That might rewrite history for diss tracks. We might have to censor them and make sure we're not really offending the person we talking crazy to.
Kendrick just dropped the album. Is that do you think that these lawsuits are in relation to him dropping an album as well? Just kind of like, oh, fam, someone's got to stop this guy. Or do you think like they're completely unrelated and he was going to proceed with this?
I'm looking at the whole scenario as this guy just doesn't want to take the L.
Fair.
He's a sore loser. But the nature of rap music and rap beefs, like you kind of have to be a man, like a thug. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never heard of a rap beef go to court. Like, what is this, bro?
I don't. Serious.
Yeah, I don't know, fam. And I fuck with Drake, but like, I don't fuck with that still. Like,
That's
but
crazy.
both of them are similar because rap is an aggressive art form, fam. You're in a rap battle. You're supposed to be disrespecting your opposition, not taking them to court.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
No, I agree with that. Man, trying to see he's not trying to let that sex scandal, sex offender thing slide.
Well, you know, I kind of look at it in the same regard as how he's looking at things, where it's like, don't get me wrong, I fuck with Drake. I like what he's done for the city. Big up yourself, in the dog. But yeah, it's kind of like, bro, if like imagine you get into a fight in the schoolyard, you get knocked out, and because you got knocked out, you ran and told the principal.
I'm just going on the
Let's not
defamation.
act like rap is the most honorable sport, bro. I'm sorry, you guys are in rap beef. This is basically war, and like, fam, you guys have said and done everything except from kill each other and fuck each other's women, to my knowledge. You get what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying is like, you guys are getting gully with it, bro. So why all of a sudden? I don't know. I just feel like taking it to legal battles now. It's like
that's a bit corny.
It doesn't feel as like you know, like
this is not how I wanted to be.
You just look like a sore loser. Like, so that's what it looks like. Like you couldn't take the L, so you have to get back. You have to get some third party, some authoritative figure to come and get and handle it for you. Now it's like the equivalent of running to the teacher.
I get it, but like it's fucked, bro. Because I guess you.
Okay, but if stuff is messing with your money, if stuff is messing with your money from like certain people,
wouldn't you try to clear? Rich this guy is.
I know, but he's rich from also
from
being
other things.
Yeah, like from a certain
business,
people that he reaches.
He's not. You think this guy's whole career is gonna fall up over a couple diss tracks?
We don't know.
You see what I'm saying? If I'm a rapper, I make a diss track or something.
But then what's the?
Hold on. I don't know about that.
At what point? So what's the metric for victory? Do we base it off streams? Do we base it off the views?
Public opinion.
Okay, but
numbers and public opinion.
Well, here's the thing. Well, his complaint or his grievance is that the
He's saying I didn't really lose.
The numbers aren't real.
The numbers aren't real. So how can we really fairly assess?
Okay, so even if you accuse him of cheating, fine. Even if somehow you can prove it, fine. Taking legal action to make another party punish him for it is where I lose respect for the decision.
I agree.
No, that's
you
fair.
gotta handle your own shit.
I agree.
That's just what this nature is.
So what would it again? I guess you've already said this, but I'm just gonna forwardly ask you, what would be the most respectable way to go about this in your perspective? If you don't want to take the L, should you cheat back? Should you inflate with bots?
Three options. Just tell people that you think this nigga's cheating, which is not gonna make you look good, but you could do that. It's better than going to court. Next two, make another diss track. Third option, violence. What else?
Yo,
you're a rapper.
I'm not gonna lie.
What do you mean? You're not a regular guy. You don't work in a fucking office, bro. You don't get to play by the office rules, bro. Madam that work in the office get to go to court and make lawsuits and call the boy them and do all that stuff, fam. You talk crazy in songs like you'll get people touched and harmed and all type of things, fam. So yo,
I agree.
Handle it according to the lyrics you've been rapping.
Make fire music at that point. That's it.
Aubrey is losing it. I just, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of when the girls, the boys, the kids, like when you like reading each other and then somebody get the best of you and you just got to charge it to the game because you just got read, right? You know how like like back in the day they used to call it roasting. That's what happened with Drake and Kendrick. They were roasting each other. They were reading each other. And Kendrick got the best of Drake. And Drake can't handle that he just got read. And that's what it sounds like to me. If we are to sit here and say that they are using payola and all types of scheming and scamming to assist Kendrick in the popularity in his career, right, and the success of his career and the success of that song, then why are we not to say that they done the same thing for Drake and all the other girls and boys on the roster? So they've done payola only for Kendrick Lamar, but nobody else. Drake, you about to mess up the church's money. Hello? Because if they did it for one, in my eyes, girl, I'm going to the store to get a new ring light. Girl, if they did it for one, then they did it for all. If they did it for one, they did it for everybody. So you want me to believe that they've only done it for Kendrick and Kendrick only, but they ain't do it for you? So your success just comes from you being talented. Kendrick's success comes from payola. Drake, you are a white woman to your core. Drake was the one who went and told the teachers. when they were on the playground and Drake couldn't get his way, he went and told the teachers. When somebody took his seat in the lunchroom, he went and told the teachers, even though it was 35 more seats he could choose from. When Drake could not get the pink ball in recess, he went and told the teacher. He went and told the PE teacher. Right? When Drake was in music class and he couldn't play the flute, he went and told the teacher. When Drake was in art class and he couldn't get the pink or the turquoise or the purple construction paper, he went and told the teacher. He's a telling nigga. He's a telling nigga, I done told y'all. Look, I ain't got no dog in the fight. I don't care about Kendrick or Drake, honestly. But from the outside looking in, as someone who's not Team Drake or Team Kendrick, it does appear that Drake, your feelings are hurt. Girl, we have seen people get into rap beefs all the time, whether it was Jay-Z and Nas girl, Nikki and Remy Ma, and girl, you are the only girl who's now, girl, possibly filing lawsuits because your feelings got hurt. Girl. Because it's probably a minor. But like they've been saying that you have been connected to teenagers. That little white girl. They say y'all was sisters. Hello? What was her name? Bobby? So Kendrick ain't saying that wasn't already out there attached to your name, but we're gonna be honest about it. Wop, 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 wop. I'm gonna do my stuff, girl. Even I was over here listening to Not Like Us. I was just listening to it because I was over here dancing. Okay, wop, 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 wop. And I'm hey, I'm gonna do my stuff. Ow! Hey, go, go, go.
Ain't no way Drake is now suing for defamation. This gotta be fake. This can't be real. Because if this is real, scratch that last video I did. This is the most bit-made move I've ever seen in the history of hip-hop. Drake is literally suing them because of what was said in the diss track. Mind you, Drake accused Kendrick of being essayed and then made fun of him for it. Drake called him a woman beater, accused him of domestic violence, said that Dave Free was the father of his children, and he also said he fed the information to the people. He fed Kendrick's camp this information. You mean this information that now you're suing him on? Drake, you are a Karen, bro. You are the worst type of Karen, bro. This is almost like some evil, diabolical shit. So, why is it that you're also signed to UMG, but your accusations are okay? Is it because that you deem the sex offender thing as you can't say that to me? No, the rules are different with me. I can slander you. I can say what I need to say with no real evidence or proof, but you can't do that to me. I'm me. This screams, do you know who my parents are? This is what this screams. This is Drake saying, no, Kendrick Lamar was 100% right. I don't understand this culture. And I feel like something's going on where Drake is, this feels like retirement moves. Like, I don't know if he is, but it feels like, how are you ever, there was nobody, even the people who are pretending to be your friend and liking this, behind your back, they're not respecting this. They're not respecting. Remember Drop, remember that? Remember that? You said, oh no, you're being too mean. Really? Maybe you should have just not battled the nigga. You know, friendly fade, we should keep it that way? I don't know. Nah, nigga, and you niggas talk about gunning and shit.
According to the lawsuits, UMG could have refused to release or distribute the song or required the offending material to be edited or removed. But
Drake is asking for a diss track to be edited before it's released on him. So how is it? No, Drake, your lawsuit it's starting to not make sense. So if they would have listened to you and did something that they don't do for anybody else and gets to edit the diss tracks, you would not have said anything though, right? In fact, you were requesting it. But then in your first lawsuit, you're basically claiming that they did unfair things to help Kendrick, but you were asking them to censor. This has never happened in the history of rap. I'm telling you right now, this defamation lawsuit for suing somebody for anything that's said on a diss track, especially when you've dissed them too, is the literal lamest thing I've ever seen in my life. If you're a fan of hip-hop, do you understand what precedent this might set? Do you understand how literally dangerous this is for rap, for music? So if now Drake does this and now you have legal precedent to sue somebody because something was said to you that you didn't like on a rap song, oh, Meek Mill, get ready. If I'm Meek Mill, I'm firing up the... Wait, do we got a case? Because he had McDonald's tweeting. He used all the memes and dissing me back to back. That nigga damn near ruined my life. Do we got a case? Because essentially what Drake is suing them for is promoting Not Like Us. Because really it all boils down to promotion. You promoted the song too much. You made it too successful. That's a goal. How do you even, you're already going to litigation with one of the biggest companies in entertainment. Who have lawyers who've been practicing since they've been in the womb for stuff like this. How are you going to prove that they executed a plan to turn it into a viral mega hit? What's the difference between that and anything they promote that becomes a viral mega hit? What's the difference between that and God's Plan? Hotline Bling. Controller. Kiki, do you love me? What's the difference? So if they put money into those things, if they had billboards, that's the same thing. It would be another thing too if Drake didn't go as hard against Kendrick's family, against you literally said The Weeknd was in gay bars. You literally was defaming all kinds of niggas that were with stuff that isn't real or funded or founded. Because this is a lawsuit against hip hop because the precedent that it might set. I don't think y'all understand the slippery slope Drake is trying to take us down right now. If this gets set as a legal precedent, then the net, and if say like Drake's career ends, like he drops another album or two and it ends, then the net of Drake's career was bad for hip hop. If this goes through, because 100 years from now, this will change the way shit is. Like,
we were having a rap battle here. Mind you, Drake got...
If this goes through, you better... That's going to be the end of rap battles on mainstream levels. You know that, right? And didn't on Taylor Made you said that this was the angle? Yeah, go ahead, use it. What? I feel like that's going to hurt his case a lot, too, when you go, he's going to use this angle, and then he uses the angle. Like, this is the lamest... This is the goofy... This is gross. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. It isn't even about being... this isn't about being a fan of Drake or Kendrick anymore. This is Drake versus hip hop. This is Drake almost against freedom of speech, because you can say it is nasty to call him a certified... Yeah, but it's also nasty the stuff that you said. If you... Then technically you are J. Cole. You are worse than J. Cole, because you should have just backed out if you knew that you was this soft. If you knew you couldn't handle what might come out the kitchen, you should have stayed out the kitchen, gang.
I hate them Drake beefs. I told you that. I hate them beefs. He beefs with Pusha T, and when Pusha T came with the T, he came back pushing. Oh, let me do like a conference about my son. Yo, is you battling or not? How you funny? Your response is gonna be a conference.
Okay.
Then I let that shit slide. And then this thing right here, well, he called me, he said I smell like Brock. That's a battle. That's a rap battle. And he called me a PDF file. Yeah, well, you called him a wife beater. What are we talking about? But it's defamation. Oh, okay, so
all right,
what?
Hold on, let's give them context. Chill.
I'm not done.
I'll go through some of the key allegations. Some of the key allegations are that UMG were using bots to artificially inflate, which
a lot of artists do.
Most of the hip hop artists, including Drake himself, have been alleged to have done this. So whether it's true or not, do I really care? Not really. It's become an industry standard. Numbers and stuff like that kind of inflate everything, and UMG and a lot of these big music groups make a lot of money from it, so I don't really care. But Again, there's no proof provided in this lawsuit itself. In fact, at one point, you know who they quote? They quote fucking DJ Akademiks from his podcast.
He's dropping again! Again!
So I'm like looking at this lawsuit a little bit funny, like, boy, what are you doing? Another thing that they allege is that UMG basically licensed the song to Spotify at a lower fee so that Spotify would ensure that Not Like Us would get higher play, which again, isn't abnormal. In my experience, a lot of record companies will offer their songs at a lower rate because they just want it to pop because they want it to make a lot of noise.
But it's not fair. He's doing everything that everybody's doing.
One thing, according to online sources, okay, this is what's in the lawsuit.
This is all online sources.
According to online sources, apparently people were hacking into technologies to reroute traffic towards the song Not Like Us. Some users online reported that when they went to Alexa and asked her to pull out Certified Lover Boy, it would pull up Not Like Us. Certified Lover Boy. Certified file. That's what happened. That's crazy. Then he goes on in the lawsuit to just list a bunch of accomplishments of Not Like Us and how great it's done in terms of numbers. Some of the other stuff that's alleged in there was that there's a huge amount of defamation in regards to the PDF allegations. And I'll say this, it's a rap battle. 95% of you rappers just rapping about shit you've never done, things you've never done to other people, things that other people have done to them, and then you take credit for it. Drake himself called this dude a wife beater, didn't he?
That's what I said. You called the dude a wife beater, a whole ass wife beater. You said a whole bunch of shit.
You said his best friend was sleeping with his girl.
Now you're gonna turn around and be like,
it's not true.
It's a rap battle. You can't do that.
Nah, bro.
You can't do that. You cannot engage in a rap battle and be like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. And when push comes to shove, you wanna sue. Then it just certifies that you're not top 3. There's no big 3. It just get on my nerve when we're in a rap battle and you're like, yo, I'ma take this ringer and ying and hung, and then you're like, I'm gonna call the cops because he said he's gonna kill me. That's what are we doing?
That's where hip hop's at today. You old heads need to get with the times.
You call me a booger face?
I think Kendrick needs to countersue whoever wrote Drake's songs and make sure they come to justice.
And the thing that happened is that, yo, you're mad because he called you a PDF file.
He's mad because everybody loves the song.
You say shit like that in your songs. Sometimes your lyrics are weird. So how you mad that someone said what you do say in your song? Of course, he's mad that everybody loves it.
But that's the real thing.
It's like,
he's mad that he lost.
Yeah, he's walking in the street and everybody calling him a hovey ho.
That's it.
I'd be mad too.
Because if a random person made that statement, he wouldn't care. He's mad that everybody in the zeitgeist is looking at him funny and bumping that song and loving it. That's what he's mad about. He's mad because it's a big fucking L. You could say it's the PDF stuff or whatever it is. He was mad when they brought up that shit about the kid.
100%.
As equally mad as he is now.
100%.
Remember what after the Pusha T diss, he got on that documentary thing? He looked like he was about to cry in that video.
It wasn't even about battle rap or any of that. It was just the information was too shocking. It was
talking about what Pusha T did to him and how could he talk about my producer's terminal illness?
Or, you know, obviously the part that hit me the most, which is like, you know, wishing like that my friend that has an illness like dies. Like that shit to me is just not really wavy. Like I'm just not really with that. Like
it's a rap battle, my guy. People say vicious things. That's the standard. You don't like it? Don't get in the fucking ring. This guy's corny,
and
bro.
out of all the people you wanted to fight, you chose Pusha T.
You know what?
And then Kendrick?
Nah.
But your next one is gonna be who? Eminem? And then you're gonna be mad. Mad is gonna be some shit. Come on now, B. Fine, I appreciate his music.
What music? Which ones did he write?
That's a different question.
But that's not though. This is part and parcel for the issue. We surprised that a phony in hip hop who never wrote his music is a phony and is a persona at everything he does.
I get what you're saying.
I mean, people just glossing over the ghostwriting thing like this is not a big deal to me was always a bizarre thing. Like this dude is a definition of an industry plant. Propped up by the industry, basically having other people make his artistry, and people are talking about he's the GOAT. How? What pen did he put on a paper? What beat did this guy produce? The dude is a glorified lip syncer as far as I'm concerned. But you guys want to sit here and tell me that he's the GOAT or whatever it is. Like, I don't even get mad at Drake no more because this is what the people wanted. They don't care about the reality of the situation. They don't care about who wrote it. They don't care about who produced it. They don't care about none of those details. So, is Drake corny and weird? Yeah, but he's the corny and weird that a lot of people deserve.
About what a lot of people chose, like you said. Yep. I'm still gonna say that the trademark of Drake is good. But yeah, you don't go on around and be doing... Like, what kind of delusion do you have that you have to know what you are and what you represent. And you go after Pusha T, and then you're mad because he's vicious. Then you go after Kendrick, and then you're mad that he's vicious. My man, Kendrick said stuff that you said in your music yourself.
That's just like going up into the heavyweight division and then being mad because they punch hard.
Oh my God, they
like, bro, you want to be seen as a
over me.
How you in the ring, stupid? So I mean, listen, it's a joke.
I'm gonna go tickle Mike Tyson's ears in his prime, and then fucking be mad when my head's spinning. Shit.
And in between then, the funniest shit in rap history happened. The most hilarious shit in rap history happened. Like, bro, you know, Kendrick gave us the surprise drop on GNX. This motherfucker gave us a surprise drop with some lawsuits, with some motherfucking legal action. Like, that was, bro. I honestly feel like this is the corniest shit to ever happen in rap history.
Period.
It is the corny, and because what I have been racking my mind trying to come up with an example of anything that's in the arena of this, and I've got nothing, bro. It is unprecedented levels of corny.
Not one lawsuit, but 2 lawsuits. Two.
I mean, they've said Drake is an actor and a comedian, and the comedic timing on the second lawsuit is really fucking impeccable. I mean, it's like it's really incredible that you would be like, "Oh, you thought I was done?" Like he did fraud. I got another lawsuit for you.
Mike, one of the funniest tweets I've seen about this is you tweeted after the second lawsuit dropped. You tweeted, "Oh shit, he dropped again."
It's unbelievable. I think his lawyer deserves more credit for his pen, bro. Back-to-back lawsuits. Do you know how long those filings are?
Drake just sued Universal. Universal only has, I mean, is one of there are 3 record labels left, basically, and Universal is one of them. Drake is suing them. Only a white person would have the confidence to believe that this is a good idea. Even if you win, you're gonna lose.
Here's the thing, and to your point, the homie Andre G for Rolling Stone wrote a pretty good article yesterday where he spoke to a couple of entertainment lawyers, and the entertainment lawyers were like, "Bro, this is not even going to trial. There's no meat on this bone." And you know, like minus the sucker shit, like both said. I'm wondering, what is he hoping to gain from this? Because the thing is this, right? When you ask what are you hoping to gain, you have to ask, what does Drake want here, right? And it feels like the genesis, the foundation, the underlying main argument of this litigation is Drake is asserting this: it is impossible that this many people enjoyed seeing me getting my ass beat. Right? Like, that is what he is struggling with. That is what he cannot come to grips with. He cannot believe that millions of people danced over his body after he got knocked the fuck out. Right? Yes. Like that is something that he just cannot grasp. And it's like, bro, like, for someone who said that they were so unbothered by this all, we all knew that was bullshit every time you said it. But for you to just admit it in a roundabout way like this, it's like, dog, this is the biggest L in rap history. And I want to say something to all these motherfuckers acting like Drake is some valiant, you know, fucking warrior, you know, raging against the machine on this one, you know, doing this for artists. He is not raging against the machine right here. He is raging at the machine, right? Like, he's not doing this to highlight the machine and bring it to light and say, this has to change. He's asking, what changed? What happened to this machine that used to work for me and now it flipped on me? Like, that is what he's asking with this, bro. He's asking, what was the shift here when this you know, machine that y'all used to game to work for me, I know what it looks like when y'all do that shit, and it's looking like y'all did the inverse here. Right? Yep. Like, that is the underlying subtext of this shit. And it just, he looks like such a fucking sucker here, because it's like he's admitted that he can't believe that this many people dislike him. And buddy, a lot of people dislike your ass. Period. And he cannot believe that the machine that was working for him decided to flip on him. And he's asking why it happened and who was behind it.
I think he's also shocked that he was outbopped. Like, I'm the bop guy, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And this nigga outbopped me in front of the whole world, nigga. There has to be something wrong with the machine for this to happen. Call the law. I gotta get the law involved in this. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga got his ass whooped so bad, he's looking around, call the ambulance, nigga. He that nigga. He that nigga that was talking shit and then want the law called. Go ahead, Bo. Go ahead. This is, you know, this is the universe. It ain't just the algorithm that turned on you. God said, fuck this nigga. We had enough.
But this is the thing. Even if, and this is where I think he misunderstands, like, the deal here. Even if the algorithm turned on him, right? Let's just say that happened. Let's say that everything that is listed in that lawsuit is true and that it was erroneous and that this song was forced upon people who didn't even want it and da. Whatever it took to catch homie, it did, okay? You can't erase that fact. And Universal in their filing was like, buddy, we can't tell people what to like. They don't believe that fully, but yes, right? Like, okay, you can't tell people what to like. We liked it. We love it. Put that shit on right now.
Right. Period. But the thing is, though, you can't fake white boys in clubs yelling you a pedophile when they drop the beat, nigga. You can't fake that. That ain't them niggas. You know what I'm saying? You can't fake Brian, yo big bro, dancing to that shit at the pop out, nigga. Is that UMG too? You know what I'm saying? We seen the shit, bro. We was there, nigga. You can't fake what we saw, bro. Fuck the numbers, nigga. The culture went a different way. Yo own homies, yo big bro said, "Fuck you, goofy ass nigga." You know what I'm saying? Bro, be damn. Bro, be damn. I'm tired of your goofy ass. This is where it's at. Let me be with the real nigga. You know what I mean? We seen it.
I'm not saying I don't understand why the man don't feel bad and feel ostracized and feel all these things, but suing was never going to be the way to go about this.
I've never, ever seen somebody, I'm going to call the law. We need to get the law involved after this ass whooping. Take the ass whooping, take some deep breaths, move on. You still have your nuts, nigga. You packed your nuts up and sent them motherfuckers off when you filed that motherfucking shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now it's just you shaped like a Ken doll out this motherfucker. Nigga, you ain't got shit left. You ain't got shit left, bro.
It's worth noting to that point, that was one of the early responses to Not Like Us was, oh, this is the last song. This is the last thing that's going to happen in this because Universal is going to shut it down because they're not going to let one of their big artists call their other big artist a pedophile on a song they're making money off of. And Universal said, actually, we're fine with people doing whatever they want to do that makes us money. We don't give a fuck.
And he was on this motherfucker talking about, who was it dude? He was talking about his fragile op. Nigga, you the fragile op. Lacy, who is from Compton.
Yeah, Steve Lacy would beat Drake ass.
Who beat your whole ass.
He think this was going to play. Like that's like, again, that's why I say there must have been no black people in the room. I don't understand how he thought this was going to play.
It's because he's adopted the culture. He's gotten older and adopted the culture. He didn't grow up in it. If you grow up in it, you see the fucking ones and zeros. You see this motherfucker like the Matrix. You know what the fuck goes and what doesn't go. It's in your spirit. You ever stepped on a fucking on a bug and his leg still shaking? Bitch, you're dead. Lean, it's over with. See what's going on the other side, bitch. What you fighting for? It ain't happening, dog. That leg need to quit twitching, nigga. It's over. That's the right nigga. You got your ass drugged. Sit your ass over here somewhere. It's not happening. Ain't no winning this. You can't. He can't accept it. He's lost to this. He has no self-awareness. It's crazy to see.
Yeah, I think one thing I want to bring up because I've not seen a lot of people discuss this is there's been a lot of people talking about these lawsuits are going to be a big part of his legacy. And what I want to point out is these are unwinnable lawsuits in a country with the First Amendment. And the lawsuits are not going to be his legacy, but consider what his legacy is going to be when the defamation lawsuit about someone calling you a pedophile is dismissed. So again, consider what it's going to be like on the internet when the United States government says, no, your lawsuit for defamation about being called a pedophile is dismissed.
He took the Trump route. He tried to devalue the numbers, probably understanding, his lawyers probably told him he's not going to go to court. You ain't going to win every fight. But if you ain't a bitch when you get your ass whooped, I'm gonna respect you after it. Because if a fight come with some shit, I'll respect that. If you take an ass whooping and then you call the law, you a bitch. It's not that you got your ass whooped, it's how you responded to get your ass whooped. And we seeing who that nigga is. He talking numbers. He talking numbers. Numbers? Where, like you said, where do the numbers matter in this equation?
Yeah. Bro, and like I said, it comes back to me just asking him again, what do you gain here? Like, say this shit did go to trial, there was a discovery made that there was some juicing of the numbers. What does it mean if Not Like Us had 700 million true streams instead of 1 billion? What does that fucking count, bro? What does that matter? No one is gonna remember the streaming numbers when we look back on this beef. We're gonna remember how we felt when we heard this shit. We're gonna remember how it dominated the whole summer. That's what we're gonna remember, bro.
Period.
But see, that's where I think a flaw in the lawsuit is apparently if it's true that you have this option where you can opt in and take a lower royalty to get a bigger blast on it, right? Which seems to be what Drake is alluding to with the 30% thing in the paperwork. But Kendrick and his people had the option of opting into this. One thing we know is that he would, I don't know the particulars on this, but he did whatever it was that allowed people to use his songs on YouTube to break it down and everything else. This isn't a money play. It is totally in the realm of possibility that Kendrick was like, no, put this in front of everybody. I want everybody to hear this. He wanted to destroy you.
Yeah, that's
And
hate.
it's worked.
That's hate. You thought it was a boxing match with referees. Y'all was in the street, fuck nigga.
Yes.
No gloves, no rules. I do not like you. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
He hit the
You
street.
thought y'all was gonna shake hands after the 12 rounds, bitch.
Right.
I'm fighting you. This is to the death, fuck nigga. You know what I'm saying?
He thought he hit the street. He thought it was Thriller, right? Maybe it was gonna be some ghosts out here, but we was just gonna dance. No, sir. It was Beat It. You got a knife?
Well, so the world of hip hop beefs. Drake has found new and exciting ways to make himself look like the world's biggest loser, or at least the biggest loser in the music industry right now, by filing a lawsuit against Kendrick Lamar for just, I guess, Kendrick Lamar absolutely destroying him in a battle that, by the way, Drake and his crew not only started, but perpetuated, resulting in a bunch of awful and forgettable attempts at diss tracks from Drake and works of audible fucking art from Kendrick Lamar.
Literally the song of the year, at least here in LA.
Yeah.
Like there was a solid 3 or 4 months where anytime I was driving, I would hear dozens of cars blasting that shit.
On the corner of, was it Sunset and Glendale Boulevard or whatever, there were people the weekend that it came out dancing in the street to the song with boomboxes and stuff. It was
very catchy.
I've never seen anything like it. It was beautiful to witness. But yeah, Not Like Us became one of the biggest songs of the year, a complete cultural victory for Kendrick Lamar, Los Angeles, and therefore the world.
Yeah, that's why the Dodgers won.
That it is. It was. I think Gavin Lux had it as his walkout music, but during the postseason, they had entire graphics packages and they played the song in the stadium, which was obviously very funny because the song revolves around calling Drake a fucking pedophile.
Yeah, it's very weird because it's like a super catchy song, but it is a diss track where you are accusing someone of being a pedophile in very colorful language. I attended a wedding this past summer where the bridal party, the groomsmen and the bridesmaids walked down the aisle to Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. And I was like, okay, maybe they're gonna do this really quick before it gets to the line where he literally calls Drake a pedophile.
Then everyone sings along.
No, I was sitting in the aisle while they're dancing down the aisle and it's a certified pedophile. I'm like, you know, I guess that's where we're at. It's just that much of a bop.
That's not even, there were videos of like this song being played at school dances and quinceañeras and bar mitzvahs and like kids singing along to it.
Yeah.
Regardless, total cultural
That's
victory.
how they learn about stranger danger now.
Yeah.
Just listen to this.
Yeah. And now all those kids know what the red marks on the map are. Yeah. Now for Drake, however, the track that called him a child groomer couldn't possibly be such a massive hit without someone intentionally conspiring against him. There's no way this was natural.
Yeah.
It just was too big.
Something's fishy. It's voter fraud, but for music.
Not only does the lawsuit make Drake look weak and delusional, but it also, once again, clearly solidifies Kendrick Lamar as the winner of the feud.
Yeah.
Drake got his ass beat so bad that he called the cops. He begged for the mods to do something.
Yeah, you forfeit the fight. When
And
you
in doing so, he has done the big brain move of suing his own music distributor because it represents both of them. Here's Variety.
Canadian rapper Drake. Canadian rapper Drake has initiated legal action against Universal Music Group over allegations that the company conspired using Spotify to artificially inflate the popularity of Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. The action is doubly surprising because UMG distributes both artists' recordings. In a filing Monday in Manhattan court, first reported by Billboard, Drake's Frozen Moments LLC accused UMG of launching an illegal scheme involving bots, payola, and other methods to boost the numbers for Lamar's viciously personal song, which accuses Drake of pedophilia and amplified the already fiery dispute between the two artists. But yeah, the idea that this song is not as popular organically as they say it was is fucking bullshit. I'm sorry. I don't even fucking follow hip hop closely at all. And I heard this song hundreds, maybe thousands of times in the past year.
The funniest part about all of this is that in just 2.5 months, just over 2.5 months, Kendrick Lamar is gonna perform this song during the halftime performance at the fucking Super Bowl. Now, this obviously makes Drake look insane, not just because he thinks this was some grand conspiracy against him, but especially because the end result of these accusations is a lawsuit against his own distributor, who you would assume would have been an impartial, but at least amused observer.
They make money either way.
Yeah, to the whole beef. They're making money no matter what. That's why they play both sides. They always come out on top.
Yeah.
But the timing of this filing is also hilarious because it comes just like 3 days after Kendrick Lamar released a near perfect album. And the exclamation point.
Does he even talk about Drake on the album?
No, he doesn't explicitly talk about him at all.
People had moved on. They're listening to the new Kendrick stuff, and he's like, wait, hey, hold on, stop. You guys remember when he made multiple songs about me being a pedophile, one of which was like the song of the year?
Yeah.
Can we talk about that some more?
Uh-huh. But why would he? Why would he bring up the beef?
Yeah, he already won.
Yeah. He destroyed Drake, and now he's performing at the Super Bowl. Where he will almost certainly play the song that insinuates that Drake is a fucking pedophile.